Good day, beautiful people! Today I wanted to make a video about how to become vegan. I've received a few messages of people asking me for some tips for like how I did it and what would be a good way of going about it. Of course, I don't want this video to come off as pushy or me trying to influence you into the lifestyle. It's just something that I really hold dearly, closely to my heart. I don't know if that's English. And I want to get out there what I know, what I've been through, how I went about it. So if anyone out there is interested in trying it out, then maybe I can give out some tips that will help you. So let's get into it. Tip number 1 would be to find yourself a reason. Like everything you commit to, you need a reason as to why you're doing it, for you to stay accountable and for you to really have that drive that tells you like, I need to keep doing this because of this. So whether you want to do it for environmental reasons, whether you want to do it for the animals, whether you want to do it for ethical reasons, whether you want to do it for your health, there's so many reasons out there. You need to find yours or many that drive you to keep doing what you're doing and that really give you that oomph, like I'm doing this for a reason. Yeah, have a reason. Tip number 2 would be to do your research. This is super important. It kind of goes hand in hand with having your reason. If you're doing it for environmental reasons, go online, look up what is happening to the environment in regards to the animal industry. If you're doing it for the animals, look up videos. They're very hard to watch, but at the end of the day, it really gives you that push and it really gives you a motivation to do what you're doing. If it's for your health, there are so many documentaries out there. There are so many books, articles, anything you would need in order to find yourself some information that is very valuable to your cause and to why you're doing what you're doing. Tip number 3 would be, once you've done your research, once you have your reason, it's finding out how you're going to go about this change. Please don't burn yourself. Oh. So I was first flexi-vegetarian, so I did not buy for myself any meats at home, but when I would go out, if someone made me a meal or if I really wanted to have whatever meal at the restaurant, then I would let myself have that meal. After a while, eating meat became a little bit disgusting to me, so I decided to become full vegetarian and slowly but surely gave up all animal products. So I gave up milk, and then I gave up cheese, and I would just buy less and less of everything. Then I decided to become vegan at home and vegetarian when I was outside, and one day I just decided, okay, I need to make the actual decision to stop all animal products. So find your way of transitioning. Either you transition into it slowly, or you can just be like, I'm done, I'm stopping everything at once, and you're really making that commitment from the one day to stop everything. It can be difficult, that's why I did it the transitioning way, because we all know that when you restrict yourself from specific things, it makes you want them even more. That's the same as with dieting. If you decide that you're never going to eat bread again, you're going to want to eat that bread every single day. So it's all about what works for you personally, what type of personality you are, and how you come about doing these types of things. Another tip would be to connect with people. Connect with people that have these same sort of ideas as you. It's hard to be vegetarian or vegan when you're the only one in your surroundings that is doing that. And it's very easy to meet fellow vegetarians or vegans. Sounds like a cult, but you can find people on Facebook groups, on Instagram. It's super easy. Don't be afraid to slide into the DMs of someone that you find interesting, or don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone to go meet someone that you saw online. I met one of my absolute best friends through Facebook, and she's also the one that really made me make my decision about becoming vegan totally. And it really helps to have that person that has the same sorts of values and ethics as you, that can help you stick to what you're doing and give you more and more motivation to keep doing what you're doing. So don't hesitate to go out and meet people, don't hesitate to kind of connect with different people. Even if you can't meet them in real life, you can easily connect with people online who kind of have the same morals as you and that are going through the same thing, and that makes everything a lot easier. Another tip, if you decide to transition, you're going to get a lot of hate, unfortunately. Your friends, your family might not be the most accepting people. A lot of people don't understand how you can give up certain things and really struggle to come to terms with you doing that change. What I would advise you to do, once you've done your research, you have a lot of arguments, good arguments, that you can say when people ask you like, why would you become vegan? Or don't you miss the taste of meat? Or whatever other things that people can say to you. If you have done the research and you have a lot of knowledge behind you, it's easy to reply to these people in a way that does not make them feel like you're attacking them, does not make you feel like they're attacking you. It's going to be more of a platform to share your ideas. It's important, I think, to respect each person's ideas and ethics and how each person lives. And if you have arguments to defend the way you feel about something, it really will make that person on the other side kind of respect what you're doing and maybe lay off the comments a little bit and maybe even learn from you and possibly consider going into that lifestyle as well. Another tip would be, you're going to realize a lot of things and it's hard to take in. It's very hard to take in and it kind of makes you an angry person because everything you see outside, you'll walk past someone buying meat or you'll walk past someone wearing fur and you're just gonna be like, you know, and at least that's how I am. And it's normal, it's a normal process. I've talked to people who've been vegans for a long time and they say that when they first transition, you're like this very passionate activist who's like, I need to get the word out there, I need to tell people, I need to do this, do that, blah 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 blah, which is great, and that's what I want to keep doing. I want to be a voice for the animals and stuff like that, but don't do it in the aggressive way and try not to let it down your mood so much. Another tip I would have would be in regards to culture. Each country has their culture and a lot of foods are a part of culture, if that makes any sense. For example, in France, it's in our culture to eat a lot of cheese and bread and wine. In South Africa, it's in the culture to go and braai with your family and your friends. What I mean by that, it's difficult to change your way of eating if it impacts something that's in your culture. Because oftentimes that's what your family or your friends will be like, but like, what are you gonna do when we go do this? Or what are you gonna eat when we go and braai or something, you know? My advice would be that it is difficult, but at the end of the day, I believe that not everything that is cultural is good, and it's been like that for centuries. Things that we used to do back in the day are not acceptable now, but they were a cultural norm before. So it's how you take it and what you see from it. So it's easy, if your friends are eating cheese and bread, you can easily just bring your own vegan cheese, or you can bring hummus, which is laugh. Or if your friends or family are braaiing, you can bring your own vegan patty, or you can make your own, or you can bring whatever else that you can grill on the braai/barbecue for whoever doesn't know what a braai is. Yeah, you can easily appropriate that cultural thing to your lifestyle without impacting anyone else. And that's a really important thing to know. Like, it's not going to stop you from doing what you want to do. And people will see you still be there and still be in the environment with them, and they'll be like, oh, you don't have to have this in order to have this thing. Because I feel like most food-related cultural things are mostly more of a socializing moment, and you socialize around the food that you're eating, but that food doesn't need to be a certain food for you to still be socializing around it, you know what I mean? Lastly, I wanted to talk about cheating on the lifestyle / not 100% committing to it, which is completely fine. It's not something you should feel ashamed of, or it's fine. That's all I could say. Cheating, number one. I'll give my own example. I've been vegan for a few months now, I don't know how long, but I have cheated before by eating something that isn't vegan. I haven't eaten anything that is straight up an animal product, but I have, maybe on an emotional night and I want to emotional eat, I'll go to the supermarket and there won't be anything vegan, so I'll take a box of brownies which has eggs in it. But that's okay. You're having less of an impact and you're only doing that once in a blue moon. It's okay to cheat. Just like on a diet, if you're dieting, take everything step by step and you'll learn slowly but surely to do certain things. Secondly, if you don't want to 100% commit to the lifestyle, if you don't feel like you're ready to give up a certain ingredient, you don't have to. That's what I did when I transitioned into it slowly. A year ago, I would never have thought that I could have given up yogurt because I love yogurt. Now I have, and I eat, you know, vegan yogurt, and it's delicious. But if you're not ready to give up everything, it's okay to just lower your consumption. If you are deciding that you're gonna eat meat or whatever once a month instead of doing it every day, or once a week instead of doing it every day, you're going to have an impact on the industry. If everyone decided, okay, we're going to lower our consumption, that's going to have a huge impact on the industry. And just every little thing you can do has an impact. If you feel like you can relate the ethics of veganism, you can partake in it without being 100% in it. And that is still going to benefit the world in a certain way. So that would be my advice. If you don't want to give it up completely, try and do a little bit in order to help the world be a better place. So yeah, I hope I covered everything. If you have any further questions, if you need any more advice, please don't hesitate to contact me. I would love to talk about this. I really hold this lifestyle close to my heart and it means a lot to me and I'm very passionate about it. So I would love to give my knowledge to anyone out there who would be interested. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative and useful to you. I wish you a beautiful day and week and whatever else is to come, and I'll see you next time. Bye!